Secure your Elixir apps with Paraxial IO. From code analysis and bot defense to dependency checks, they've got you covered. Elixir first design with GitHub integration. Elevate your security at Paraxial.io. All right, guys, we are live. This fair warning to everyone, this might be a complete shit show. I think it'll be fun though. We're gonna,
yeah.
For those of you, this is Daniel and Andrew, and they both also have YouTube channels. I'll be linking those in the links below, but you guys are more than welcome to share your handles and all of that good stuff. I don't think I can do the glasses, guys. It's weird.
It's too dark. You're not going to see the screen.
I know.
But it feels right for the occasion.
It does
feel
feel
right.
Maybe if I need some superpowers, I'll put them on.
Maybe if everything's going wrong, then you wear the glasses. Just
exactly. So our goal today, we haven't planned anything. So that's why this could go interesting. But I'm going to put a poll up in the YouTube chat. So if you guys are listening somewhere else, come hang out on YouTube. And we need help deciding, let's see, what project we're going to build. So let's see, what should we build is the question. And then what were some of the options you threw out yesterday on Twitter, Andrew?
Off the top of my head, one of them was like,
I can
one
look.
of them was,
Let me
one of
just
them was
pull
like web forum. That was one of them. One of them was, so this was actually like an idea like I've actually been wanting to build for a while, but it's basically like a feature request tool, like where you could you could request a feature for a product and then people could vote on it or whatever.
Feature request.
The other was chat app.
A chat app, that could be fun.
Like a Slack clone. You know, that's always a good Elixir kind of a demo.
Slack clone, all
right. One was like try to make a library, but I have no idea like what library. I don't know what it would be, but something other than a web app, I guess, could be a potential.
A library of some sort.
Then there's also the wildcard. You could just ask the LLM what you should make.
Oh, I like that.
And you just have to abide by it.
All right, let's see.
I like this idea.
Yeah, I think those are all good ideas.
Feature request, tool, web forum, Slack clone. All right, it's only letting me do 4. I'm going to scrap the library and make that the
it's too vague.
Wild card.
Yeah.
Let LLM choose. All right, here comes the poll, guys. I don't know how it's going to work, but do it. I should see how many people are tuning in.
Should we vote as well?
If you want. I'm not going to, I don't think I'll know if you vote, so.
Yeah, I'll place a vote. I'll cast a vote.
Yeah, I think I don't know. All of these look great.
I'm going to just quick go on my screen to see if it works. Oh, yeah, look at that. All right, are your screens safe to share?
Yes.
I don't see. Let's see. I see Andrew's. I don't see Daniel's.
Do I need to keep the sharing on?
Yeah, I try to keep it. Well, actually, I don't. If you turn it back on, let's see if it works.
Let me see.
Because that gives you guys some extra control just in case. Oh, yeah. So you guys can turn it on and off, and I still keep the link. That's cool.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Dude, video is so cool. It's like, I don't even know how I discovered that tool, but I'm happy I did.
I'm going to have to start using this.
Yeah, I use video, and then like you guys, obviously, like the stream is through OBS. But what's nice is all like your video and audio is just streamed through the web.
Yeah.
Man, but this is a complex setup. Jesus, so many screens.
While we're waiting on that poll, I'm curious. Did you guys see? I'm not sure if you listen to other Elixir podcasts, but the Elixir podcast that what's his name is on.
Is it Thinking Elixir?
Yeah, Thinking Elixir.
Oh, Mark Erickson?
Yeah. They just had an episode about vibe coding in Elixir. And I said to myself, I should really listen to it this morning before our stream, but I totally forgot. So I was just curious if you guys had listened to it.
Dude, they've been throwing some bangers out, and like I am so bad at keeping up. So I have like a list of podcast episodes I want to watch, and I haven't made any time for any of them.
Yeah, it was about episode 255, OTP 28, and vibe coding Phoenix apps.
Nice.
I didn't get to listen to it, but I'm assuming maybe they were talking about Phoenix New.
Yeah, probably.
Which, by the way, have you guys gotten access to that yet?
I have not, no.
I wish I had.
Me neither. I don't know who can I bug to let me in? I don't know.
I'm just using Tidewave, and it's great. But yeah, Phoenix.new is just on a completely different level. It's just lovable or V0 for Elixir. So it's next level.
Yeah, if Chris McCord happens to tune in, please give me access.
I also want him to come on my podcast. He's a difficult man to get a hold of.
Yeah.
How is the voting going?
We have 14 votes, and
the wild card is winning.
Can you guys see the results?
Yeah, I can see the results.
Okay, cool. I mean, do we want to call it and do the wild card?
Let's ask the LLM, but give ourselves an out if it's an awful choice.
If it's awful, we're going to do the Slack clone.
Yes, let's do that.
I'm ending the poll.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So I'll share my screen. And do we want to just use Claude?
That's the best one. Of course, always got to use Claude.
You mean Claude the model or Claude the desktop app?
Both.
To ask.
Okay, so no windsurf or cursor?
Oh, no. When we start coding, we'll use... I think we should show the tools that we use as we code, but we're going to do this just to develop the project. And we can probably... I mean, it's up to you guys. How do we want to organize how we start the project and do like the markdown rules and stuff? Should we do that through Cursor or Windsurf? Yeah. Or
we'll get there. Let's ask Claude first.
All right. So what am I typing here? We are going to vibe code with Claude, then Elixir, Phoenix, web app with LiveView, and we need you to suggest a good project for us to build. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Boom.
Yep.
Let's do it. All right. Here are some exciting Phoenix LiveView project ideas that would be perfect for vibe coding. Okay. No, just you need to.
Now, can I see your screen on?
I was just thinking about
the delay.
That. Let me. I think I can share it with you guys.
Because in our video Ninja, I see us, and I see the stream with the delay, and I see my screen. Okay, now I can see your screen. Perfect.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's better. I didn't think about that.
Okay.
All right, so you need to give us one option. We want you to pick the project. What is it gonna be? Oh no.
No.
Oh no, this
would be
is so complex.
I feel like this is way too hard to do in like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's too hard. That's too hard.
I'm gonna say too hard. What are you trying to do to us, Claude? You think you're gonna vibe code that for us? Oh, okay. This could be fun.
Okay.
Live polls and voting system. This is fun. All right. Now, do we want to develop our plan of attack through like Windsurf, or should we do it right here and copy the markdown into the project?
You
mean like the PRD, like the product?
Yeah,
requirement?
Well, how do you, if like we have to think about, we have to like lay out specific instructions, and then I think we also need a file for like Claude or Windsurf to keep track of our progress that it can mark off, right? And I think we're gonna need like an order of operations to keep it organized.
So
I think real quick, we can start maybe here.
Okay.
On Claude.
We need a project name because I'm gonna make a GitHub repo that you guys can push to as well. And we're gonna just if we all work on different things throughout this, we can just like do PRs and stuff.
Yeah. So is Windsurf, I haven't actually used it. Is it kind of like Cursor?
Yeah, essentially. I use Cursor. Daniel's a big fan of Windsurf, so
yeah, okay.
We'll just use whatever you're comfortable with. Like I mean it's gonna be interesting. I've never just like, you know, let Claude do its thing. We're gonna be yelling at it a lot.
Yeah, I usually start by running, mix Phoenix new myself, but I guess if we want to fully let the machine go, then
well, yeah, I think we can let it run the terminal commands, right?
Yeah.
Or should we? Yeah, I think that will be fun. All right.
I've had the best luck with Claude Code for that. I think it's more like running commands for you, like it does a better job at that. Whereas Cursor is more like just editing text.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, that I've been using, but I feel like it gets too expensive. I've been using Clyde. It's a VS Code extension.
Okay.
Or is it Klein? Now I don't remember. Let me look.
Yeah, and I'm actually using VS Code. I stopped using Windsurf because they just started launching a bunch of free updates. And now I'm forcing myself to test VS Code for a month, and it has been pretty good.
Nice.
Do you have access to the Pro plan? Because
it's Klein.
I got access to that.
For what?
For VS Code. Because I got the Pro plan, and I don't know why. I just got it. I got an email saying, "Hey, you got access to the Pro plan. Try it out." And I was like,
but Klein is cool because you can like jump between all the, I mean, you can jump between all the LLMs on everything now. But like, I found that like using Gemini for like overall project structure and questions is really good. And then I let Claude do the coding, and it's a cheaper model.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So let's see. We need to.
I think the only thing we need to do is make the directory, right? And then once the directory is made, we can run Claude Code in that directory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, pulse vote. Okay, that's the name of the project, guys.
Perfect.
All right.
Send it.
Let's see. Create a new repository. Elixir Mentor is the owner. Pulse vote. All right, public. That's all we're going to do.
Looks good.
All right, give access to people you work with. I think if it's public, you guys can just PR to it,
Yeah.
right? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you guys the link, and I think we have a chat in this thing. Oops. I think I'm sharing a website. Maybe not. Did you guys get a link?
No.
No, but I can just go on your GitHub.
Just search. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just go on your GitHub. It's fine.
I don't know where the text is. All right. Now back to Claude. And let's see. We need you to create a markdown why am I blanking? What is this called? Project PRD?
Yeah, create like an action plan to start.
Create a markdown
this project.
action plan that will help you keep track of our progress as we build this out.
I think maybe should we tell it that it needs to list, the features?
Oh yeah. I think that would be good because right now. Oh, all right.
Okay.
So create a new Phoenix app with LiveView, set up database, Postgres. Cool, I'll take it. Add Tailwind CSS, create basic layout template, phase 2 core data models, pull schema.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this looks pretty good. Voting interface, PubSub. All right, this is cool.
So we'll just put that in like a plan.md file or something?
Yeah.
And of course, the goal here obviously is to do as much as possible without resorting to direct editing, because normally I think most people, you would do some stuff by hand and you do some stuff with the machine, but
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we're going full full
I feel
hands
like
off as much as possible.
I think all right, I'm just gonna ask it for the command. Give me the Phoenix command to create this project.
But are we allowed to see the code, or is
yeah. If it's garbage, we can yell at the LLM.
All right.
Yeah.
We cannot.
We have to, otherwise this is never going to work.
See it.
Yeah.
I think before you run that, I think you should put an underscore between pulse and vote. That way the.
Yeah. I like that.
The camo case.
That OCD right there. It's important to match the repo. All right.
Yep. Now you have Claude Code installed, right?
I have Cursor.
Oh, so you haven't used Claude Code yet?
No, I don't know what Claude Code is. Should I? What is it?
Oh my God. Yeah. Download it.
It's an expensive CLI. It isn't. I think it's only available for the Max plan, right?
No, it's on the regular. Do you have a Claude subscription?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can download it. So just run that npm install.
All right.
I'm not sure why they deliver it with npm, but
it's because their primary users are Next.js devs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So then just run Claude. and it'll ask you to like log in. Oh, you might not have the global npm packages in your path. If you haven't like in. Yeah,
I
let me see.
Don't. I feel like I haven't ASDF.
Let me see where my like path has all that stuff for npm.
I'm gonna look at your screen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Keep people excited,
actually,
you know.
Actually, don't share it because I'm gonna open my my bash
screen.
RC.
Okay, nothing's sharing. It's just our pretty faces.
Okay, because my bash config probably has like password stuff because I'm lazy and just throw it in my bash.
Someone's telling me to ASDF reshim.
Oh, that might actually, yeah, that might be it. Maybe ASDF needs to be.
Look at. All right, let's. I've never done this. ASDF reshim, and then my version number. Node.js. Hey, guys.
Oh, okay, it's working. Cool.
Brilliant. Thank you, Barn, blah, 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 blah. I can never say people's usernames. I might as well not even try. All right. Can you guys see my screen again?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I never stop sharing with you guys. All right. So what do I do?
This is,
dark mode. We're not a psychopath.
This is the setup for it. So you just say dark mode or not. And then you want account with subscription if you have an account.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to not share my screen just in case.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Payment stuff or passwords come up. Authorize. Look at this is like we're getting started from the beginning. I've never even used this tool. I don't know what's going to happen.
You're going to like it. I think it's really good.
All right, you're all set up with Claude Code. You can close this window. All right, so now what do I do?
So go back to the terminal, and now it should be, press enter. Enter again, I guess. And then
use recommended settings.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Claude Code may read files in this folder.
Yeah, so it's going to ask you if it can have access to the folder that you ran it from. So are you in the directory?
No, I should go. Should I exit?
Exit and then go to the project directory and run Claude.
What did we call it? Pull something, pulse vote. There we go. Okay, Claude. Yep. Okay. Yes, proceed. Try. How do I log an error? Run.
Yeah. So now when it's like a fully agentic thing, so you can prompt it and it'll take multiple steps along the way. So you'll see once you start using it. But I think the first thing that we should do before even prompting it is add Tidewave. Or maybe even ask it to add Tidewave for us, see if it can figure out how to do that. And it might get better results if you give it a link to the Tidewave website.
All right, let's try this.
Do you need to type @web or something when you paste a web link on Claude Code?
I haven't. I just give it the link and it seems to work.
Guys, I've never used Tidewave.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, this is huge.
All right.
Well, this is good actually because now we're demonstrating the full walkthrough for new Phoenix projects if you want to use a lot of AI.
This is fun. See, guys, I knew this was going to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see, when it gets to a command, it's going to ask if you want to allow it to run. You can either say yes, or you can say yes and don't ask me again. And then when you do that,
I feel like we always wanted to ask.
It depends what it is, you know, and how
Yeah, like
YOLO
this
you
is
want to be.
fetching. This fetching docs. I think you could just.
I guess
press
everything
Q.
from hex docs. Okay, go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. So, you know.
Everyone watching, can you guys see the screen and stuff okay? Oh, the init creates a Claude MD for you as well. Did I do init? I don't think I did.
No, I didn't even know that command existed, but
we'll have to try that. Thanks. I'm just going to call you Barna.
So yeah, on this you can probably say yes and don't ask again.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was prompting me. All right, so it added it to my mix file. That's cool.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I'm going to do?
Correct.
I'm going to go to, you can see my new screen, right? All right, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to make this edit? Yeah, we need to add Tidewave. So
yep.
That I'm not going to let it do again without permission.
Yeah, if you say yes to the edit and don't ask again, it'll do every edit without asking. So.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Do you want to make this edit to endpoint? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. We do need that. That is part of the... So it's figured all this out by fetching the docs and looking at the docs, because this is all in the docs.
That's pretty cool. All right. Do I want to proceed? Mixed apps Git. I sure do.
Yes, please.
And also, there's like a settings file for Claude Code where you can list commands that you always want it to be able to run. Okay. And I put stuff in there like mixed steps get. It's like totally safe. There's no reason not to let it do it.
Yeah, so. That makes sense. All right, Tidewave is now available.
Okay, all so right. it missed a couple steps.
Yeah.
We're going to need... Yeah, we're going to need the MCP proxy, and it didn't do that.
All right. So, all right, am I going to still use Claude Code? How's the workflow work?
Before doing that, go to your browser where you've got the docs on Tidewave, and this would be a good example for everybody too. Yeah, so if you click that installation thing, there's somewhere where it talks about this. Yeah, so we did that. We added the package.
Oh, we should have used Igniter. I don't think Igniter was plug added.
Yeah, it added that.
It did. Okay.
Okay, so it's not described here. Go back to the hex docs.
Is it here?
Just hit back like twice. I think you had it up. Yeah. Oh, all right, there we go. Cool. So on the left there, there's instructions for different tools. So if you hit Claude Code, so it's going to say, this is how you would do it normally. And then it says, this is how you would do it with the MCP proxy. And I didn't understand this actually until I mentioned on Twitter yesterday that I didn't understand it, and someone told me. But apparently the MCP protocol, like some tools expect to read standard in and standard out in order to like interact with it.
Okay.
And some tools use server sent events.
Interesting.
And
all right.
I guess my understanding is that the MCP proxy is a little tool that lets both of those things talk to each other better. And they seem to recommend using it. So if you click the link to the link above there. Yeah, so you'll see here, there's two options for it. There's a Rust one and a Python one. Which one you want depends on which of these things you use more. Like if you use a lot of Python packages,
I feel like I have Python installed. That might work better. out of the gate, right?
You could do that. You could use. I did the Rust one, and I had to put it on my path, I think.
So many
So
choices.
we can do the Rust one because I know how.
All right, let's do it.
I've done it myself, so I can walk you through it.
And Andrew, guys,
and I think,
if you're not subscribed to Andrew's YouTube channel, you need to. He's a wizard.
Yes, we'll plug everything at the end. So are you on a Silicon Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, so copy that. And we could make the LLM try to do all this, but I think it's probably better just to do the setup
seems
ourselves.
Clunky. We'll just do this.
So, yeah, do that. Maybe like go out of this folder and
all
make
right.
it.
Yeah.
Just put it on your desktop so we can see the file.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. Where am I? Oh, I went all the way
You're at
out.
the root. Yeah. Man.
What did I do? I don't want to expose too much here. All right. All right, here we go.
Okay, now you paste the command.
Okay, yeah. So now we should have the binary there. So just ls and make sure it's there. So there's the MCP proxy binary. Now you're going to want to put it somewhere that's on your path. I put it in user local bin. So you could just do that because that's probably on your path already.
I'm going to just unshare my screen for a second.
But I think you can just use the full path for the MCP proxy and then just not add it to the bin, for example.
You could do that too, but if you put it somewhere that's on path, then you don't need to path to it, because it'll just be there. Or I don't know. It's whatever. You can put it wherever you want, but
I don't know.
But just put in user local bin then. So just like mv MCP proxy as the first argument.
Oh wait, I need to do it from desktop though.
Yeah. Go back to desktop.
mv MCP proxy, and then what is my
//
Yeah, /usr
/bin.
Yeah, or you could do user. Do you have a user bin?
It must. It auto completed.
Okay, yeah, put it there. That's fine.
Yeah, there we go.
Run that. We got to run it with sudo probably though.
Sudo MCP proxy user bin 1 2 3 4. What the heck?
Then,
man, this is.
Wait, did it succeed?
No, it's not moving it.
Operation not permitted. Yeah, I think you can just use the full path. Like on my end, I have like a programming folder. I just downloaded the MCP proxy there, and I just used /user/Daniel /programming /MCP proxy, and then
we'll just put it. I'll just put it in my develop folder. How about that?
Yeah, just put it on some path that you can easily type out because we're going to need to type the path out to it.
Yeah.
Get info. What is this path? Whatever. I'll just click and drag the file into. All right, we'll be fine. All right. Now what? Let's see.
Okay, so go back to the hex docs. I think if you hit back, you'll.
I need to share my screen again. All right. Hex docs.
Now hit back again. So now we're at the setup for Claude Code. So we're gonna.
You can copy the whole thing.
And then just
and
change
then we're
the
going
path.
to replace. Yes.
Cool. Look at you guys, such little wizards.
We are AI slop masters.
And you're good. Probably you might want to run this from the project directory. I don't know if it super matters.
It probably does matter.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah.
And then the port is going to be the default Phoenix port.
We'll put it on 4,000.
Yeah, I think it's 4,000. Yep.
All right.
That should be it.
That should be it.
All right. Okay. Now
I think that's all.
Okay. One thing I don't think we're going to do with Claude Code. Oh, let's try it.
It can do, it can do.
I'm going to have it pushed to this. Yeah.
Yeah, it can do all that.
We might as well flex it.
Yeah.
Can you?
You probably need to close Claude Code and restart it for it to see the MCP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just, you can also Control-C to get out of it.
Do you think I had to close my whole terminal or no?
No.
Okay.
No,
just open Claude.
Should we open it in cursor already?
Well, real quick, there's also a command to check the MCPs that are enabled in Claude Code. So if you do /MCP and then hit enter.
Let's see.
So it says connecting to Tidewave because we're not running the server yet. So go to open another terminal and run Mix Phoenix server. And then when the server is running, Tidewave will become available.
All right.
Because there's that plug in the endpoint that's going to be serving the MCP stuff.
Mix setup. Oh, wait. Oh, I got to make sure my local host is up and running. Okay. Mix setup. Okay, nice. And then Mix Phoenix server. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
And now it'll connect. Oh, I have to open it again.
Yeah, open it again. Run /MCP. Boom. It's there. So now it's connected to Tidewave.
Amazing.
Do I have to keep this open or can I hit escape?
Like hit escape.
It's
yeah,
still
if you hit escape. Right. You're just back at the prompt now.
All right.
So did we add the that markdown file with the plan? Is that in there yet?
No, that is not in there yet. It's right here.
That's probably like the last manual thing that.
Should I just put it in the root?
Yeah.
All right. That's the plan. That's there. And now I'm going to tell it to push to our repo, right?
Yeah, I would start by telling it to do an initial commit.
All right. Can you do initial commit and push project to GitHub repo?
Yep.
Yeah, and I also have never used Claude Code, so this is all new to me as well.
Yeah, I found it's been working pretty good.
I use mostly Gemini, so yeah, I abandoned the Claude supremacy.
Oh, interesting. Gemini works pretty good with Elixir?
Yeah, I'm using VS Code with Gemini.
Git add, yes.
Yeah, that's my combo. And Tidewave as the MCP, and Context 7, it's another MCP to fetch up-to-date docs. But yeah, Tidewave, you can also fetch docs from hex docs. So it's optional, I would say.
You guys are teaching me so much. I feel like I'm a little behind in the actually using AI properly. I do use it. I do use it a lot more. Like since our conversation, Daniel, I've been using it in like my workflow, which is nice, but I feel like I'm still like missing some things.
And I like asking questions in general. Like I see a bunch of other senior developers writing some very complex code, and I'm like, okay, give me just a high-level overview.
It did add some Claude settings.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's how it'll save what it's allowed to do.
Nice. All right.
So you can add other stuff to that too.
Now we'll see if it pushes.
So like mine on one of my projects, I'll just
done. Our project should be here. Oh yeah, guys. Cool.
Oh, and it also included Claude in the commit.
Yeah, it's
it
does. And Claude.
So
Claude worked.
Yeah, you can tell it not to do that, but by default it
I want everyone to know this is a vibe coded project, so they know there's security vulnerabilities.
I turn it off for myself so I can take all the credit, but
I mean, fair. Sometimes you just need more attention in your life, you know?
So now I think we can tell it, like, so look at the plan.md file and start implementing the project based on the plan.
Guys, you know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to open this in VS Code or whatever I'm
Yes, please.
Cursor.
Good idea.
Okay. Terminal.
And does it have an integration on Cursor, or do you have to just use the terminal forever?
With Claude Code?
Yeah.
It is it's a terminal only tool. So everything happens in the terminal.
I thought they had like a plugin that you could install to see the diffs.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, guys.
Extension installed. Yeah, you do have. Oh, there's a Claude icon on the top right. Cool. Man, this live stream is nice. I'm learning so much as well.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either.
All right, we'll keep the terminal in the bottom, and we'll have Clyde on the split screen. Or Claude, not Clyde. All right, so, I'm gonna. Should we do some? Should we make Claude do like best practice, like create a new branch?
I would just honestly just tell it, look at the action plan and start implementing. Just see what it does.
All right.
I mean, we've
got an initial commit. We can just roll back if there's big problems.
That's true. All right.
So that's something that I do a lot when I'm using a lot of AI is I'll make a lot of commits so I can go back if there's a problem.
Yeah, you have to be heavy on commits so you can do those nice resets. All right, look at the action. Do I have to does it just know it's a file?
You can reference the file with
Here we go.
that. Yeah, you can reference it like that if you want. It can also just figure it out if you just
start building. I'm going to say use best practices and create Git branches. And
I don't know if we need different branches, but maybe tell it to like commit in good chunks.
Use best practices and Git commit with
good regularity.
Like every big change.
Good messaging and regularity. Regularities. I don't. It'll figure it out.
Just let it run. Just let it go. It's a wild horse and it's on its way.
And this is just the pro plan. I mean, the basic plan from.
I think I just pay $20 a month. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it used to be not included on the pro plan, but recently it is.
This is fun. All right, we're gonna create our schema for polls.
And I would just tell it, don't ask again.
I think it's kind of fun if it asks, because then we can discuss that we want it.
It is. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it makes us feel more important, like we're coding with one finger on the enter button.
Okay, so it ran, it created a polls.
Okay, so we got our schema.
So this is the poll schema, and now it's going to create an option.
And then I'm guessing,
schema.
Okay, we have Is that all we have? Oh, it just made the schema. Okay, and then
now before we do that, this is a step where you can also tell it like, no, here's what I want you to do instead.
We should probably be creating live views, or should we let it go? It might create them later.
Well, one thing that might be good to push it in a certain direction is, do you actually want a separate schema for the options in a poll, or should that be an embedded schema on the main poll?
Oh, what do you guys think?
I would think embedded schema.
Embedded schema or a relationship?
Yeah. I would think embedded schema, because the options don't mean anything outside of a poll.
That is true. Okay, so how do I yell at it?
So if you hit 3,
no.
Yep.
So now we can say, instead of making a separate option schema, make it an embedded schema on the poll. And then in parentheses, I'd probably say, also change plan.md to reflect this change.
All right.
So that's cool that it opens the file that it's
That is cool. Edit. All right. Yes, make this edit. Cool.
And how are the comments on YouTube? Are people vibing with us? Are they angry?
People vibing? Oh, we got some no proxy necessary. See, we got Barna here. He knows how to vibe.
I have no idea if the proxy is necessary.
A non-set decoding Avengers.
I had issues with not using it, so I don't know.
Claude Code is in NPM, so it can integrate with VS Code. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Do I want to edit the poll schema? Where did it embed option? Oh, okay. I see what it's doing.
Okay. Yeah. I'd probably write it a little differently, but that's okay.
Do we want to correct it?
No, just let it go. That's fine.
It literally embedded the schema.
That's fine.
All right. Okay. Work.
So now it's going to make a migration.
Sweet.
Very good.
Dude, why haven't I been using Claude Code, guys?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It takes the thinking away. It's literally like makes your life and job so much easier.
Yeah. What? All right. So now mixgen schema polls.votes.
So the vote is going to have a reference to the poll, an option index, and voter session ID. I don't know what voter session ID would be.
Let's look at the plan and see where it's going with this.
Voter session ID.
Yeah, it's not checking anything on the plan.
We gotta tell it to update our progress.
Okay. Let's say let's do it differently and tell it first of all, change the plan and make sure we have a user schema.
Should I tell it to include Phoenix authentication?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Second of all, make sure when you make the user schema, you use Phoenix gen.auth. And then third of all, get rid of voter session ID on the vote schema and just have that be a user ID. and that should be good.
All right, and then I'm telling it to make sure it updates our plan.md file to keep track of our progress.
Perfect.
Boom.
And I like the fact that Claude is using the generators, because when I'm using mostly Gemini, it just creates the files without using gen.auth.
Yeah, that is cool.
So yes, that's what I. One thing that's annoying about Cursor is it doesn't like to use the generators. It always wants to make files.
Yeah.
But
I always
Claude
prefer to
Code,
use the generators.
It's like a fully agentic terminal-based thing. So it's always like trying to do everything on the terminal, which works better for certain things.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Claude Code, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wasn't expecting that much.
So mix gen.auth. Yeah, it's even using it right. Yeah, do it.
Accounts.
Right. I had to turn on my coffee machine to make some more coffee.
Yeah, press 2 here, please. Let's not wait.
Yeah, just let it run the steps get. That's safe.
Yeah, just install the package, please.
And it's nice also that Claude Code keeps its own to-do list, and you can see it go through it.
Mix gen polls vote.
Is it stored anywhere, this to-do list that Claude is using?
I don't know. It's probably just temporary.
Options index. Okay, yep. This looks good, right? The vote schema.
Good. That looks good.
Yeah, using the official generators gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, this is
more reliable. All right.
So the vote will belong to a poll and belong to a user. That looks right.
All right. Sorry if my coffee machine is noisy. Mix ecto, yep. Guys, I think we're going to be successful with building an app.
It's getting there.
I got good
phase
feelings. 1. All right, so unique index, it's updating our migration file. So poll ID and user ID. Yeah, I like that. Oh, were you going to change something?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah, see, it even knows it needs to roll back. That's what I was going to say.
Dope.
We have to roll it back if we want to change that, but it already knew to do that. So. Okay, so it's going about it a different way. It's just going to make a second migration to add the unique constraint.
Okay.
So.
We'll let it.
See, it's able to like work around problems pretty well.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. That's fine.
Yes.
So that's going to remove it from the other migration. Then it's going to try to run it. That seems good.
It's not updating our... Oh, there it is. I was just going to yell at you, Claude.
I mean, Claude can hear you.
All right.
Nice. And it's even going to commit it.
What? Dude. All right.
I know, isn't it?
Dude,
okay, I'm impressed.
I am too.
I know.
This is dope. All right.
I was using a lot of Cursor, and I started using this. And I'm like, holy shit, this is really good.
Wow. Some people say it's a bit expensive because you burn way too much tokens. But like, if it's completely replacing me, like,
but if you
pay
have
$20,
if you have the plan, you get a lot of usage included.
I see.
I don't think there's any usage metering if you have a pro plan. I mean,
in the pro plan's the $100.
No, that's the max plan.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
maybe max plan is unmetered, but pro plan has some kind of metering. I don't know. But
see, my fear with all this stuff is, and Brian Cardarella and I were talking about it yesterday. like the more you start relying on this stuff, and then they just like increase their prices, but you're like so locked in and you need it, you're like, shit, do I even know how to code anymore?
Yeah.
The sub
Yeah,
So
but I
it
think like
says
it's cheap.
we're done with phase 2. So cool. Do we want to go on to phase 3? I'd say yes.
Should we make
Yeah.
sure everything runs?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Actually, this would be a good This would be a good opportunity to try.
Like Credo?
Well, I was going to say the Tidewave stuff, but actually just just tell it like do a mixed compile, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Just
run
tell it to do a mixed
compile.
compile and make sure there's no errors.
Can you run a mix compile and make sure there are no errors, and add this to our plan to do this after each major change.
Yeah. And I think you can run mix compile with that flag of warnings as errors if you want to be super strict.
Okay. Mix compile, don't ask again.
All right. Wow, no compilation errors. That's rare.
So you should have the server running already in your other terminal. So at this point, I would try to open the browser and just make sure it loads.
I do have it running. Good memory. All right, so localhost. Boom, boom.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, now I would have it go on to phase 3.
I don't want it to run here. I'm just gonna close that.
You want to run it in VS Code?
Yeah, just so we can see it.
And Jacob, you're running Phoenix version 1.7, right? Or did you manually update the mix new to the RC version? Because if you didn't, then it's using Phoenix 1.7.
It's using Phoenix 1.7. Should we update it?
Nah, I think it's fine.
All right. Great. Continue to phase 3.
And I always say thank you, just
just in
as
case.
a precaution. Just in case
Terminator knocks on our doors. Thank you, Master.
It's like, no, he said thank you. I'm not gonna kill you.
Okay, so looks like it's going to try to use the generator. So okay.
All right, we are creating polls. I thought we already did this.
Well, it's going to use the LiveView generator.
Oh, we're doing LiveView. Okay,
oh, you can skip the schema generation with.
Yeah. I always do I always manually create my LiveViews because I forget.
Yeah. I like generating migrations and schemas, but everything front-end related, I just do it myself.
Edit the router. Absolutely. That looked good.
Jesus.
Guys, this is cool.
I'm impressed. Are we using authentication? I can't see a live session on the router, is it?
We already have... we used gen.auth.
So here's another cool thing. In one of the Tidewave commands is just like execute SQL query. So we can actually tell it to use that to insert some example polls.
Oh,
which might be a good way to.
Okay,
do this, but you gotta let's just see what it does.
We're making some UI here.
Yeah, just let it.
Yes, and we'll see what it looks like. I forgot what the route was.
It was at /polls.
And
to do. Okay. Yeah, I guess let it keep going then.
Okay.
We'll just let it do its thing for a little bit here.
Yeah, we're getting some warnings on the terminal, but
I think there's going to be warnings like as it goes, and then usually at the end. we'll have to, if we're lucky, it will just know to check compilation on its own. If not, we'll have to tell it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's using Tidewave because, for example, in VS Code, every time I do a change and I ask it to use Tidewave, it runs a couple of commands to check the logs on the server.
How do I, should I
every
tell
time.
it to use Tidewave?
I would let it continue, and
Yeah,
then we can
let it
test it
finish.
out.
Okay. Because
And
I
then
don't
we can be
even, can you guys tell me what Tidewave is?
It's an MCP that connects AI to your Elixir runtime.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
right. You
'cause,
already
like,
told me that.
Yeah, AI can only see the code, right? The text. It usually doesn't have access to the logs, the database. So it gives more context to AI.
Oh yeah, we're getting rid of our to-dos.
Nice. So it's manually creating the context instead of using the generators for that. Which
I
is
wonder,
fine.
should we tell it to create context files? I don't know.
Well, it did.
Maybe
I
we
mean,
can
it
do-
made a poll
Yeah,
file.
this is already a context file, right?
Oh yeah, we're in it. Okay,
Yeah, it
never
already
mind.
did it.
Yeah.
I see. No, it just had a to-do in there instead of the actual, it must not have generated them. Right?
I guess not.
Yeah, I think it manually created, but yeah, I think maybe manually creating the context file is fine because
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
usually delete most of it.
Please enlarge font size. You got it, Daniel.
All right.
I don't want to like get too crazy. Hopefully that's good.
Yeah, it looks
Or
pretty
should
good.
we close the left sidebar?
I can do that.
The ones with okay, yeah.
Oh, your faces are in the way then. This is fine.
Oh,
All right.
So I don't think we want it to run Mixed Phoenix server because you're already running it. Right?
No. Yeah, I'll just say no.
Yeah, just tell it no, we're already running it in another
it's already
terminal.
running on port 4000. Session. Or maybe now it's going to use Tidewave.
Well, once it's done, or it thinks it's done, let's just check the
Look at that
website.
commit message, guys.
I know, it's a nice commit.
That's neat. And also not very verbose. On VS Code, every time I click to generate, it generates like an entire
right.
Bible. Like
So
5
I don't think
paragraphs.
this is going to run.
We'll see.
Oh,
No compilation errors. Okay, so hit the Phoenix gen.auth.
no,
Like, make an account.
dude. All right, log in.
We got to register.
All right. Elixir, Jacob at, oh my gosh. Click.
By the way, Firefox, what's going on, Jacob?
Dude, you know, it's between this
that's
and
illegal.
Chrome.
That's illegal.
It's literally illegal. You cannot do that as a developer.
I've never claimed to be a front-end developer.
Okay, fair.
Is it polls?
It's polls plural, I think.
Whoops.
Yeah, it was polls.
Okay, here we go.
So then if you hit new poll, does it take you to poll/new?
Cool.
Okay.
But it doesn't work. Did we build that?
Okay.
I don't remember.
Now, here's where we can use Tidewave if
Yes.
it's working. So in your terminal, there should be an error, right? Like make sure that that is an error.
Yeah, there's an error down below, I think. Is it
Yep.
in blue?
Yeah.
400. Right here.
Yeah, reload error during connecting mount. Okay. So in your Claude prompt, say, please use Tidewave to debug the last error in the logs. So it should be able to figure out from that, oh, I need to use the Tidewave command to check the logs. If you want, you can be verbose and tell it exactly, this is the command. But there you go. Boom. So that's it's doing the tool call for Tidewave get logs.
All right.
And see,
Yeah.
it's grabbing the error that happened.
Mm-hmm. No need to copy paste.
Hey guys, I think we might have to make this regular where we just vibe code the three of us and do different projects. This is fun.
We should. Yeah.
Let's just finish this project after like a month, and then we release a paid version.
There we go. We just start making money off our vibe products.
So there you can see it's figured out that the error has to do with polls ID was conflicting with polls new.
Okay.
Or that's what it thinks the error is anyway. We can try and let it.
Should we let it go? I don't know if that's right. I don't think that's the problem, but
I don't know. I don't know if it's right, but we can let it try. That's the fun, right?
Okay. Oh, wait a second. What are we doing here?
Interesting. Yeah, that doesn't seem
required
right
authentication.
I would say.
Should we require auth to see specific polls? Probably.
I would say
we got to yell at it.
Well, I mean, you can let it do it and just see if that works.
No, I don't. You
can always have it change it more.
Should have this outside of. Wait, I don't think we should have this in an unauthed route.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that.
I'm absolutely right. Oh, thanks, Claude.
You're always absolutely correct.
Hey, Barna says Firefox is greater than Chrome. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Let it do this. I don't think it's on the right track, but let's see what it does. Yeah, that can be removed now.
Yeah.
Okay. Before it commits that, let's actually test it and see if it's working right now.
Cool.
Yeah, we should be able to just go to /poll/new. Okay. Yeah. See,
it's some LiveView errors. It looks like.
Yeah. So ask it once again to say no.
Whoops.
Also, and by the way, you want to keep the terminal with the server running all the time because that's what runs Tidewave.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you don't want to stop it. But yeah, tell it like, no, the issue's still there. Check the logs using Tidewave. And also another good thing you can tell it is like use the Tidewave eval commands if you want to like run Elixir to debug this. That should get it going in the direction of like if it thinks it can like evaluate some Elixir code to test stuff, it should go in that direction.
Yeah, I think you can always allow that.
Yeah, you can always allow the get logs.
I'll always allow it next time.
And always, yeah, just let it always allow project eval too. So that's it's going to run. It's basically like a shell session with IEX.
Dude, this is cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm like really happy we're doing this.
And you can see exactly what it did there is it's like trying to evaluate that change set that had the errors originally in an IEX session and see like what happened there.
All right. I'm going to just let it do this. We're just adding a struct, option struct.
Let it try. I'm not sure if it's on the right track still, but see if it can figure it out. I suspect there's something else going on, but let's see if it
I do
can
too.
figure it out on its own.
I'm also not a fan of having alias inside a function, but
It's a little weird.
It's
weird.
It's a
I
little
will do it sometimes, but only if I'm feeling really spicy.
It's a spicy move, that's for sure. No,
okay,
we gotta
before
test this.
committing, yeah, let's. Oh, it loaded. Okay, damn.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. All right. So, what should our first poll be? I'm asking the audience. We need your feedback. Oh, Barna says project eval could be dangerous because it can just run arbitrary Elixir code, making requests access the file system and so on. Or are there some guards against it? I don't know.
No, he's right. It can do anything.
Claude just infected my computer.
But to be fair, it's like using any of this shit is like just opening the door to like run whatever on your machine. So it's really a matter of like, dangerous. Do you trust Claude?
All right, our first poll.
Fair question. You got the change set error correctly.
Yeah, it did solve the change set error, which was surprising. I'm going to be very impressed if the add option thing actually works, because that is really tricky to do in Phoenix, because you have to use that, what is it even called? Yeah, see, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
See if you can create the poll anyway without hitting add option.
Without doing that? Okay. Yeah. Hey!
Okay. All right.
So that's progress.
And we can see it.
Where is the option?
We can edit it.
Okay. So I would let it commit this then, because this is, at least functioning now.
Yeah, this is working. Good.
So to get the add option thing working, I think we need to like push it in the right direction. I think we need to look at the docs for like dynamic forms and tell it like, this is what you need to do. It's been a while since
This is usually when I use context 7 to fetch the latest docs. I'm like, hey, there's some problem with the form in LiveView. Use context 7.
Okay, tell me what to do.
I think maybe the setting up this MCP is gonna take some time, so maybe it's worth it to just.
I would. Can you see the video Ninja chat? I just put a link in the chat.
Yep. Cool.
Try pull that up. I think that's a fly.io article that kind of shows what needs to happen. But we don't exactly want it with streams. Maybe there might be a better.
I think we have to vibe code this. Can I just share this link?
Yeah, you can just share this directly to them.
All right, so our add option. And
this one might be good to show it to. Like, here, I'll put another link in there. We should give it multiple links to multiple tutorials and like let it.
Okay. Oh, dockyard.
There should really be a page on the Phoenix docs that's just like, this is how you do dynamic forms. But
our add option in create poll is not working. Look at these resources for dynamic forms. Oh, crap. How do I stop it?
Just hit no. And then just paste the links in.
Will it remember what I just wrote? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll remember.
Yeah. I usually just Right. Hey, sorry, I forgot the links and then pasted, but I think just pasting the links is enough.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to be too nice to Claude. Just kidding. Don't. We love you.
Never forget to say thank you to your AI agent.
Try Tidewave to get the docs. Oh, okay.
Oh, we could have done that too. Yeah, but the problem is we'd have to know the docs to point it to. And it's in kind of a weird section of the Phoenix docs where it talks about this.
All right, let's see. What are we doing here?
Okay. Sure, we can let it do that, I guess. Doesn't really mean a whole lot yet, but
all right. I mean, we got our commit, so
we got the commit. Yeah, we can always go back.
We can always roll it back.
I'm gonna see if I can find the docs where it talks about sort param.
Is it on the LiveView docs or on the Phoenix docs?
I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. I'll put that in the chat as the video ninja chat as well. Yeah, so that's the official docs where it talks about how you do this.
All right, cool.
I'll put it in the YouTube chat.
Front end code, blah, blah. Oh, you might not be able to, but you can try. I can always share it because I know YouTube's weird about letting people share links.
Yeah, I think it worked.
No, you were blocked.
Oh, I was blocked. Okay.
Yeah, no message came through. All right.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Fine, I guess.
All right. Yes, do it. Come on, guys. I just want to have this
just let it bang out all these file changes, and then we'll see if it works. I would be really impressed if it got this on the first refactoring try. Okay, so see, it did a project eval there.
Yep. Perfect.
See that?
Now,
so
let's
you can
commit these. So let's go test it.
I'm going to be really impressed if this works because this API is actually kind of complicated.
Woo!
Wow.
Okay.
That's surprising. Okay, does it save though?
Click
and is
to
it
edit
still
to
there when
see.
we edit?
Oh,
damn.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Okay. This answers the question if AI knows Elixir or not. Like, just add Tidewave and
this is wild.
And
yeah,
you should scroll up and show the actual eval that it ran there because that's kind of interesting to see. You see what it did there is it evaluated this whole
pull options.
It made the change set and then it ran it into toForm.
Yep.
And then it like checked if it was correct or not.
That's
cool.
So
it's almost like
oh, I just realized my face is in front of it. Here we go, guys.
And that's the cool thing is we didn't even ask it to do that. It just knew, oh, I have a command to run Elixir code. I should evaluate some Elixir code to make sure my change worked.
That's kind of cool. That's magical.
And that's the power of Tidewave, because without Tidewave, it can't do that.
All right.
Tidewave is so underrated.
Poll creation. Phase 3 is done.
Phase 3 done.
Should we make sure our commits are actually going to this project?
Let's see how many commits.
Anything.
We've just been. We haven't pushed anything.
Yeah, it hasn't been pushed.
Yes.
Yet.
Should we tell it to push?
Yeah, we cannot write any code. That's prohibited. That includes Git. And then on that Claude settings file, you could add, for example, hey, feel free to run git commit, but not git push, for example.
Yeah, that would
I think
be
you
good.
can, right, Andrew?
Well, we don't
Yeah,
want
you
it
can
to get commit without permission either, because it breaks things.
Oh, yeah. But like out of curiosity, you can
All
add
right,
your
let's
deny
see
list.
if we see our commits. Look at that. 5 commits. Dude.
Now let's see. Let's see
It's
what it
looking
does with
clean.
the voting phase.
All right. Continue to phase 4.
We got 40 minutes left on the timer for our 2-hour allotment.
Dude, I think we're gonna finish a project. I'm feeling good.
Maybe. We'll
Okay.
see.
A project this size, how long would you guys say it would take to finish, like without AI? Manually handwriting everything.
It would definitely take longer.
Maybe like 3 days, 4 days. I think I would
I
take
would
a week to
say a
finish.
couple days, yeah. But like spare time, like not full days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know,
Okay.
maybe like 6 hours.
So this seems good.
Sounds reasonable.
I would just let it go with the edits.
Like the yes, don't ask
otherwise
this
we're just
session.
gonna
Yeah. We'll run out of
Yes.
time unless we just let it YOLO mode.
change everything. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm feeling risky.
We'll still be able to see what it's doing because it's going to scroll by in the
Yeah, we'll
thing.
have a preview.
Is that visible
then-
on the stream?
Which one?
Maybe not.
All the code writing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's visible.
Yes. I think, just move it more to the center and then people can see it.
Oh, wait, you know what?
And
I'll
I think
do?
it would be
I'll
nice
just hide
on
this
the-
for now.
on the end of the stream to do like a quick review over the code, like
Oh,
at
man.
random.
It scrolled up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can review the
it's-
code and talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, because many people say, "Oh, yes, I've become more productive," but the code is trash. So
Right,
let's
you still
check
have
the
to know
code
what
to
it's writing,
see-
right?
Yeah, like I don't want to make it work. I want to make it like workable in the future. So the code needs to
Wow,
be
it
readable.
already finished phase 4.
Oh wow. Oh man.
All right, let's check it
Star
out.
votes,
So we should be able to
voting buttons.
create poll, display poll, implement voting buttons, store votes, prevent duplicate voting.
Okay.
All right, let's test. Just refresh, I think. Socket assigns current user. Are we authenticated? I think we are, right?
Yeah, we should
Are we
be.
actually logged in?
We should be.
Should we,
Yeah.
I don't know, clean the...
We got broken
Yeah,
code,
we're getting an error
boys.
there.
What's
All right.
the route that it's...
It's the poll details that is
Current
broken.
user not found.
Yeah, you can just ask it to use Tidewave again and check the
Okay.
logs. And then say,
Oops.
yeah, I think that's enough. Just say we got some errors. Use Tidewave to check the log errors.
I'm just going to say use Tidewave. And I want to see if it
Yes, that's a
will
great
eval
test.
and-
Yeah, and the tail, I thought we gave it permission to...
we did with eval, but not logs. So we'll let it
okay.
have logs, yeah.
Logs, I think it's safe.
Logs
the really
are
cool
safer.
thing too is it can also run SQL queries, and that's when
Pretty
it
cool.
really gets to some crazy level debugging.
That is cool. That's really cool. I wonder if it can
Yeah.
like tell you if your SQL query is like as efficient as it can be,
Yeah,
don't know.
absolutely.
like with
I
like
think-
table
I
joins
think
and
it can.
things. Like that would be cool.
I
that
use just regular Claude for that a lot.
I do too.
Like-
I've used like just Claude Desktop. I'll use for like cleaning up SQL queries
Yeah.
all the time.
Especially at work where, it's a large application with a complicated schema.
Mhm.
I almost never write like a query by hand. I always just ask Claude to do it because it's so much. It saves so much time.
It does. It really does. All right.
Okay.
Let's test it.
Oh.
All right.
All right. So this is working. Sorry guys, I'm biased. Oh.
So it worked.
It did something, but there was an error.
It worked, but it had an error. All right.
So ask it to find that error again.
Yeah. So the SQL query worked, but something in LiveView broke. We maybe raised an error somewhere. But LiveView had an error. Yeah, I think that's enough, really.
The problem. All right.
Okay.
I wish it opened the file as it made edits. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Makes me feel more comfortable to see like the files opening and closing.
Yeah.
But I guess it's terminal based, so it can't really do that, can it?
Yeah.
All right. So I can't vote again. And it doesn't look like our vote is showing up.
Can you open like an incognito window and make a new account?
Yeah, that's a good test.
Register.
Interesting.
That worked. Okay, so the query failed on the update, but now it's working.
Now, should we have like a change your vote button or?
Ooh.
Like, I wonder.
I feel like we need to be able to see, well, first of all,
the results here.
We shouldn't be able to edit and delete this being another user.
Yeah, we need to add that to the plan. That only the person that made the poll can edit it.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this git commit.
Yeah, let it commit that. And then we can tell it to make those changes next.
Before we get into phase 5, we'll add the authentication.
We got 30 minutes on the clock.
The pressure.
I think we're like 60% done.
Yeah.
We're on phase 4 of 7.
All right, so I said we need to add auth checks. A user that didn't create a poll should only be able to vote, not edit or delete.
Boom. See what it does.
It would be really cool if it updates our plan without me asking it to.
Gen migration, yes.
Don't we already have user ID?
No, we didn't add it to the poll. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, proceed.
And I think this is a bug in Cursor, but like if you go to your left tab, you can't see a preview of the amount of files changed, like on the top left, on the Git button.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can't see it. Yeah, like there are 2 changes, but
yeah, this is actually a good idea.
Icon on the top.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I
good
like
for us
keeping
to.
track.
I agree. That's a good idea.
I feel a bit crazy to just not see anything.
I know, nothing, like I feel like nothing was happening for us, you know?
Yeah, it feels like it was all fake. I don't know. It didn't actually happen. We were just talking to each other without anything happening. It feels like I'm going nuts. I can see, like, from the previews, the code seems all right. I would change a couple of things on the front end.
They'll-
For example, they're using SVGs instead of the hero icons that is already installed. But that's like a super minor thing, and
we could
a
probably
junior
ask
dev
it
would
to use the
totally,
hero.
yeah. But it's like I'm nitpicking a bit. It's
Yeah.
not horrible code that I would refuse on a PR, for example.
Maybe an embedded module, though. I don't know if I like that. Our embedded schema inside of the schema. But really, it's not. I don't know. I could be talked into allowing it, I guess I'll say.
What's the value of the null on that migration on the left? Null false. Okay.
Null false, yeah.
So this migration probably isn't going to work because there's conflicting data, but see what it does.
All right.
See what it tries to do. Say no, tell it to do like mixecto reset. Yeah. Oh, because we can't drop the database while the server is running, so you have to pause. That's fine. That's what mixecto reset does, but it's just trying to do it manually.
That's fine. I could have just told it to try again, but it's fine. It'll work.
And then start the server back up in case it.
You can add that to the Claude MD. No. Should I start the server back up?
Yeah, probably.
And then we gotta create an account again. Sign up. Jacob at Elixir Mentor.
That's just because we're on a poll that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. New poll. Oh, this is the hardest part. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
No. We got a regression. Call the QA. And Andrew, do you usually try adding a bunch of files as context whenever you're using Claude Code, or do you just type whatever you need and then it figures out the files?
Yeah, I just let it figure it out. I don't really tell it much of anything.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I need to do a lot of hand holding with Gemini. If I don't specifically ask for the file, he just starts looping over and over my entire project, and then it takes so long that I'm like, no, I'll just give you the file, okay? So you can just do the job.
Nelson said we should ask Claude to create a seed EXS file for polls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been
I like that. Well, once we make sure that our UI is working again.
Of course, we want tests too, and that also kind of closes the feedback loop of testing some of this.
That's true.
By the way, do we have any tests already?
No.
No, I didn't write any yet.
Oh, we found a bug.
Yeah, it says the description is optional, but apparently it's not.
Okay, we'll see about that. Something broke? Or is it still not optional? I might have to refresh, huh?
Did that work? Close the modal, see if the thing is there. No, it did not.
Come on, Claude. We'll see. See how you do.
Oh, and Dinesh mentioned that there is a context left, like on the right of the chat with Claude Code. Apparently, you only have 20% of your plan. You burned 80% of your Claude Pro plan on this.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's this session. So it's just saying like this session is getting too big, and at some point it's going to chop off some of the context.
Oh,
I didn't realize that we
cool,
were
actually
using the same session.
Yeah, we've been using one thing this whole time.
Jesus, so the context window is like gigantic.
Yeah, Claude does have a big context window. Boom.
All right, okay, we're back in business, boys.
Oh,
so now if you go to the other user, we shouldn't see the edit buttons, ideally, because that's what we tried to make it do.
Correct. Sign up. Test@test.com.
Oh,
no edit buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, no edit.
Wow, guys,
cool.
Sorry. Jacob is much more handsome. All right, that's cool, guys. All right.
Okay, this is usable. Okay, yeah. This is usable, right?
It's usable. It's usable.
This is an MVP right there.
Let's see if it commits that. How far can it get into the real-time phase with the 18 minutes we have left?
All right, let's do it. Push to GitHub.
And commence phase 5.
And then once the context left goes to 0, does it like closes and open a new chat with Claude?
I think it just chops off some of the context near the beginning or something like that.
Okay, so it's pretty all right.
I'm impressed. Now what we're going to have to do, I don't think we'll have time, but like getting this spun up on
and the code looks good here. Like...
Yeah, I mean, the code looks like idiomatic Elixir.
Yeah, it looks normal code. Like if connected, PubSub, subscribe, it looks completely normal.
It's not bad, honestly.
The poll with the ID looks reasonable.
So that makes sense. We're going to broadcast the PubSub updates.
Yep.
Could use a little bit more of the pipe operator here, maybe, but
I do notice, at least like with my experience, it's bad at using the pipe operator and pattern matching unless you specifically tell it to. At least that's been my experience with like letting Claude write code.
Oh, and I think it's using the old LiveView syntax instead of the new curly braces.
Oh,
yeah, it seems like
it's like interpolating variables with that those ugly signs.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I'm the front-end guy. That's the first thing that I realized. But I think if you hit like mix format on the terminal, it just corrects to the new syntax, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But again,
Well,
I'm just nitpicking here. Like, it's all right
yeah.
to...
Well, like, and all that, we could probably establish a plan to refactor and like give it some rules
Yeah.
around what we want it to do. All right,
Yeah, and we can
so
create the rules files as well.
this should be live
Okay.
now, right? I feel like
Let's
I need
see.
to open up I have to like show both windows.
Yes, the
So maybe make a
ultimate
new
Phoenix
poll.
test.
All right.
Yeah, like make a new poll, and we'll test with that.
New poll.
What's the best framework?
Favorite color. Blue. Purple. Green. Yellow. We got to make sure we can delete an option. Boom.
Interesting.
Orange. Create poll.
Like
so they probably
maybe the poll details is live.
Yeah,
not the
I think
polls listing.
Yeah, I think it's the details part that they.
Yeah, go to the details page, and then here it's live, I think.
Didn't quite get it.
Wait a second. I might have to vote here. There's, yep, see.
Oh!
Wait, but why did it only work on one end?
Well, because no, I didn't submit. So maybe the creator shouldn't be able to vote. We should add that. The creator should just see the results.
Wait, but the results showed like at the same time, right? On both ends.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Can you make another poll and try it again? Because I feel like it just didn't. It was only live for the other person.
Let's try again.
Well, no, we couldn't see it on the other screen because it was still, you had to pick the result. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, you had to wait for the result, and then it showed.
I understand
the results for both.
Right, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, I think maybe Claude outsmarted us, because it makes sense to only show the results once you pick one, right?
Right.
So
yeah, I think
like if the creator makes the thing here and then I go here, it works.
Because that's when we're on the results screen.
Exactly. Should we say the creator of the poll shouldn't be able to vote?
What if can we just have a see results button that toggles?
Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and let it commit this.
Yeah, let it commit and just ask it to make a see results toggle.
And then if you close this Claude Code window and then open another one, like, do you lose all of this chat? Is it saved somewhere?
It is saved. You can go back to it, but I'm not sure exactly how you do it.
So like if I open a new session,
and I know you can see past sessions, I'm just not really sure how you interact with them.
All right, we're gonna just have it fix this here.
Yeah.
Can we add a see results toggle?
Yeah.
So we don't have to vote to see them.
And also, after it does that, can you ask it to add a change my vote feature?
Ooh, I like that.
And then we could test that they're both like working live.
Yeah. Oh, it does say context left until auto compact, so I don't think we have to worry about it.
Okay,
Yeah, it
until
just
auto compact.
Because we want it to maintain as much as it can, and then we'll just, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're changing our heeks. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Looks good. I like that it
It's using
uses
Tidewave.
Yeah, project eval to test it. That's very nice.
Dude.
And what's the name of the rules file for Claude? Is it like claude.rules or something?
I don't know. It might
Claude.md.
Is it inside a specific folder or just at the root?
Yeah. Well, that Claude.md is where you can give it like plain text instruction.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a settings file in .claude.
All right,
the
so
.claude folder.
We're gonna create a new poll.
Gemini.
Gemini. That's not how you spell it?
Yeah.
That is?
I think that's correct. Gemini. Yeah, I think so.
And then what is the llama?
OpenAI?
Or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Everybody forgot about ChatGPT.
OpenAI. All right, create
I'm
poll.
going to be honest. After Gemini, I don't know any other models.
See results. All right, so I'm going to update this. So, okay, no one has voted. Boom, look at that.
Boom.
Ooh.
Now can you tell it to add a change your results button?
Yes. Should we add a PubSub to when a poll is created?
Yeah, PubSub, tell it to do both at the same time.
Oh, wow.
PubSub the index page and add a change my vote button.
All right.
All right.
We got 8 minutes. If it can do both those, I think it's a very good demo at that point.
All right. Can you add a change my vote button? And let's make sure that we have a PubSub update on the poll page, so when a new poll is created, we see it real time.
Great ideas.
I'm impressed. I'm actually really glad that we just used like a new tool that I've never used before. Claude
Code is badass. Code. It works really good.
I'm gonna start paying ASAP because I canceled my subscription. I was just using Gemini, which was okay, but like this is good. This is really good.
Tamer corrected my horrible spelling and told us how to spell Gemini.
Thank you.
Oh, it's Gemini. Okay.
Hey man, we're engineers. Gemini. We're not spelling bee wizards. Okay.
All right. It's a hard name.
I don't know. My birthday's in June. I probably should know it.
I mean, just having a quick glance over the code, to me, looks all right. Looks completely.
It's even using streams.
All right. Oh, is it? Oh, wow. Stream insert? Jesus.
Very nice.
I was like, why aren't our changes showing up? Here they are.
If connected, subscribe. At this point, we have like 10 live pages using PubSub. But Phoenix can handle that.
Can you scroll that window down? It's doing something crazy.
Oh, yeah, I think it's auto-compacting.
It's seizuring. Oh, my gosh. We broke
AI
it.
went crazy.
Oh man. Oh, we got Brian in the house. When money
Maybe
from
we've reached the
AI.
limit of the context window.
I think we broke it. What? Come on, Claude.
Can you? Is the
What is it
like
doing?
the chat's still there? Can you try to type anything?
We might need to stop this window and make a new one.
Yeah.
I think it's
Let's close that.
yeah, just
Yeah,
terminate it.
And you can't access the history, or can you? Like saying, "Hey, please continue whatever you were doing," or something.
But try that. Try just saying, "Yeah, please continue from the last prompt." Because I don't actually know if it. I think it can see the prompt history, even in a new session.
Let it crash.
Let's rewrite Claude Code in Elixir because this is not working.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it doesn't see what the last prompt is.
All right, so let's see if
see what it actually
works.
did.
Oh, change my vote. Well, let's see results here. And let's see. Another vote for. Okay. So that changed our vote through an error.
Okay, yeah, change my vote does not work.
Hide results. See results.
Can you see if the index PubSub works?
On the polls page?
Yeah.
Polls? Yes.
All right, let's see if that works. New poll. PubSub for life.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, okay, so
that works.
That works. We just had to fix the change my vote.
Yeah, just tell it. Change my
vote. Should I
vote.
commit what we have? No,
I would leave it.
So
yeah, let's commit once we have something working, I think.
We added a change my vote button and it's not working. Can you use Tidewave to debug?
Okay, cool. So this is another, I forgot about this. This is another thing it can do. It can look at open LiveView pages and it can actually look at the state of the socket because the server has this state. So it can actually debug pages you have open, which is really cool.
So I should open something like that, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it can change state, but it can definitely look at it.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll just let it fly.
Yeah, just let it rip. Okay. Tidewave trace process. I don't even know what that does, but let's see what it does. I'm guessing it's for finding an Elixir process.
Trace process. Let's go.
Trace process. So does that actually let it... Interesting.
I think you maybe you should pull the Claude code to the center because you can't see it properly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more to the center. Good.
Okay, so it wants to look at our ecto schemas. See, it's having to do more stuff because we made a new session, so it doesn't see that last.
We broke it. Update option. Okay.
Yeah, just say yes and don't ask.
Just fly, dude. Fly, Claude. Fly.
Or 1
just
minute.
Burn all my tokens.
Yeah.
Well, if I run out, I'm just going to let you guys take over.
And then we'll transfer you some money to fill the Claude tokens.
All right.
I don't think there are any tests.
We don't have tests, Claude.
We don't have tests yet. I guess test it manually. Might have to refresh. Like,
you know what I need to do? I'll refresh on both pages to be safe. PubSub for life.
nope. Something errored there. There's an error when voting.
Yeah, it's not updating.
All right, let's see. Come on, Claude. Don't let us down.
And you see, Jacob, on the beginning of the live stream, you were like giving super detailed instructions, and now you're like, "Hey, fix, use Tidewave."
Yeah.
You guys have
Fix,
witnessed me
please.
slowly get lazier and lazier with my prompting.
Fix, use Tidewave now.
Okay, I feel like we already did this, and now it took it back to this. But let's find out. Change vote.
Yeah, nope.
Nope. Let's see. Do we have any?
Can we? Yeah.
Just tell it to try again. Say it's still broken.
Yeah, we're just missing clause somewhere.
It's so close. I feel like on try number 2, it's going to get it.
We'll find out, I guess. Function clause error.
Okay, this is good that it's using project eval. Okay.
Yeah, old coder. I don't know. You definitely Elixir's worth learning. 73 years old. That's awesome, man. We got a wizard watching us vibe code. We're probably making him cringe. Okay.
Let's try that now, I guess.
Change my vote.
Okay. Well,
no error, but it didn't
Wait,
change.
Yeah, try again. Nope.
Oh.
What?
I didn't
minus
vote.
1 votes.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah,
you
something's
did
not
a
right there.
negative vote.
So it's kind of
Okay.
working.
Tell it that. Tell it it's kind of working. Yeah, use Tidewave. Also tell it like use the SQL query Tidewave command if you need to.
I usually like taking screenshots of the page as well and say, "Hey, man, we shouldn't have a negative vote."
That's good too.
Can you-
Yeah, I don't know if
Can
you
you
can do
paste
that
the
with Claude
screenshots
Code.
there?
I don't
I
think
think you can. I think I
Maybe you
remember
can.
seeing a video where they
Let's
were just
find out.
pasting. Yeah.
Yeah,
do a
maybe you can.
screenshot.
I don't know.
Let's
You can try it.
Let's learn this together.
No.
Can you Command V? No.
No, it didn't let
Command
me.
Shift V?
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I don't know.
Well-
there might be some special command to do it because there's some slash commands and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, unrestricted SQL access. Let's go.
Okay.
It's only on this database, right?
I hope.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. And this is running on Docker, right?
This is running on Docker, yeah. Well, the DBs are.
Yeah.
Recalculate
Petros,
full.
I'm using OBS for live streaming. And then I also use a tool called Restream that streams me to X, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time.
Okay, so it's doing some project eval.
We're over time. Do you have to go,
We're
Daniel, or are
overtime.
you still good?
No, I think I can stay a couple more minutes.
We'll get
No
this
problem.
last feature working, and then we can
We're so
wrap this
close.
up in another
Yeah.
session, maybe.
It's that rule of you can never stop playing Call of Duty with your friends until you win a match. We cannot
Yeah.
leave. when we're losing, that's prohibited.
I'm actually very impressed with how far we got and what we got working in 2 hours.
Yeah, and we were like YOLO mode. We didn't check code. We didn't do any safe checks. We just ran with it.
We just vibed, dude. All
we
right.
just literally just vibed.
Boom.
Okay. Boom. And now, boom.
Oh, yes. Yeah, buddy.
And then.
Nope. Up.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
No,
it's
works.
Close. Oh, does it?
Do you think it was? Wait.
Oh, yeah, because you voted for the option that you already had.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
what I
selected
think I
the
did.
option.
Yeah, it works.
Nice.
Yeah, it's working.
All right.
Okay, so
Commit
let's
it.
do this. Push to GitHub, send the link on your Twitter and such, and then let's ask people to review the code to see.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, can you
ask for reviews?
Let's get some feedback.
Should
from
I
everybody.
create a PR and have people make reviews on the PR?
Like from all the commits here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work. Because
Yeah,
we don't have an
we already
Yeah, we
initial.
only
main
have
branch.
5 commits there.
Yeah, never mind. That won't work. Because
But
can you
people
just
can
leave
take
comments
a
on
look
a
at the
code base?
repo.
Yeah.
I don't think you can
I
leave
think we
comments,
can.
but people can just look at it.
Yeah,
I bet.
they can look at it and maybe open PRs to improve. I don't know.
Dude, just come on. Just do it, bro.
Just push it. Come on, man.
Just push it. Push it real good.
And before you finish, say thank you to Claude because he was very useful and we want to be grateful.
Do I want my local settings committed?
Yeah, see, this is the list of commands that it's allowed to auto run. So
Yeah.
it's just up
I
to
think
you what
it's-
you like to have
We're
it
just
do.
gonna manually do this over here. Just because.
Okay.
All right. Let's check out our GitHub.
How many
All
commits
right.
in total?
Where do
That was a lot.
Yeah.
11.
11 commits. Okay. For a full-blown app.
Wait
that
a
is
second.
Live.
I want it to do one more thing. Can you update the README to be relevant? I probably
Yeah, that's a
messed
good
up.
test. Relevant.
Because everyone needs a good README.
Yeah.
That's right.
Brian's commit your SSH keys. Hey man, if Claude wants my SSH keys out there, I gotta do it. That's vibe coding.
If Claude asked for my keys, I gotta give it to them.
Yeah. So Brian, if I make a PR, I can't PR against anything though. That's the problem. Can I make? I don't know. How can I do that? Because I would like public comments. That would be really cool.
At this point, you'd have to like rewrite Git history because you pushed onto main with everything.
Yeah, we pushed onto main. We were naughty. Don't tell anyone. All right, let's check out our README now. A real-time polling application built with Phoenix LiveView that allows users to create polls, vote, and see live results. Cool. All right, you know what's
Nice.
really bothering me though that I want to do? I want it to polish the UI and get rid of this.
Do
Like
it
as a
Tones
final
mode.
test, just rewrite the homepage and make it pretty.
Well, the homepage should just be /polls, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Let's just
Fair. I like saying make it pop. Just say, hey, rewrite the post page and make it pop. Like make the
I'm
it
gonna
more
let it.
dangerous.
I want it to rewrite the static page and see what it does. What do you guys think? Yeah,
I would tell it
make
try
this
it.
pop. All right,
Yeah.
make it pop.
time to make the
to make
UI
this- the
pop.
UI pop.
That this
Boop.
We need
the
a
UI
new app.html.heeks. a sweet nav bar
Okay.
and just make it sexy.
Okay. I'm
Be
curious to see the
interesting.
results for this. I'll make the UI pop. Let me create a stunning new layout with a modern navigation bar and beautiful
Brian
design.
goes, just commit your SSH keys and Anthropic API keys. Stage. Yeah, I could do that. I could just make a new branch with just like, I don't know. Seems like a lot of work, Brian. Maybe Claude could do it for us. We'll try. It's sparkling. I like that. That's the.
Yeah.
That wasn't the text before, was it? Sparkling?
It's been changing every time, I think.
Yeah, it changes.
Oh, it's using the new LiveView syntax.
Oh,
with the curly braces.
Nice.
Out of nowhere, it decided to update.
Yes, we are using Tidewave and Claude Code, which is pretty cool because I have never used either of them, and I feel like
that's it. Like those are the only tools.
One and
MCP
I think
and Claude Code.
I like Cursor, but I think if we had exclusively used Cursor, we would not have gotten this far.
We would not. No way.
Yeah,
no way.
Definitely not.
No,
we'd be stuck like looking at files with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No. This was awesome. This was good.
You want to check the UI already, or wait for it to finish?
We'll wait for it to finish.
Was it the post page that we were redesigning, or the home?
It's doing the.
Yeah, it looks like it's doing the home page now.
It did our nav bar. That's just missing.
Is it gonna make like a SaaS app like marketing page for this? Like,
ooh,
what's it gonna do?
I hope so.
Maybe there's a chance. Do we have the server running? Because we should see the UI updated already, right?
I think so.
Server is running.
Unless we're getting errors.
It's running.
Yeah, it should be updated.
I mean, the menu disappeared. I don't know.
It's still thinking.
Because it changed a bunch of files.
Oh!
All
Jesus!
Right. Wow! It did make it
now
kind
we're
of sexy.
talking.
Wow,
dude! Wow, guys.
No, Claude is the best designer.
It's not bad, dude. Claude has done most of my UI of my website, so I don't know if I should admit that, but it has.
It's thinking really hard about this homepage.
I know.
I feel like it's the hardest problem.
The token count is not increasing, which is a little concerning. I don't know what it's doing.
3K tokens to refactor the nav bar.
Am I broke, guys? I gotta move out.
Maybe.
It might be stuck. Yeah, you might need to interrupt it. And
how do I interrupt?
Oh, no,
there it goes.
Okay, it's doing something.
Okay.
It was just thinking really hard about the next token.
That's a lot of tokens.
That is. It's gonna be a big homepage.
You better check your bank account after the live, Jacob.
I got hacked.
Is there like
as we're live the whole time?
Is there like a blue highlight? Like
there's a blue,
there's a blue like circle.
I'm not going crazy.
It looks smudgy and dirty, to be honest. Oh man.
Why?
It's still going.
Wow, that's a lot of tokens. Holy. Okay.
Okay, let's see if it fixed anything. I don't think so.
Let's see if just. Oh, dude, not bad.
Yeah.
Browse polls. Right. This is awesome.
Okay.
Dude.
2 hours to vibe code a SaaS.
Wow, guys, we're rich. Now, here are my Stripe credentials. Add it. No.
And make sure you commit the Stripe credentials to make it work.
Oh man, dude, I'm impressed by the UI here.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
You can definitely like take it in a lot of directions.
Let's see, did it update our? All right, update the plan MD and git commit and push to GitHub.
And the other cool thing is like you can add, see, because you were asking questions about MCP. The cool thing about MCP as a protocol is you can use it to interface with all these other tools. So for instance, if you use like linear for like project planning, you can add, there's a linear MCP.
Ah.
So like here, we just had a markdown file with like what we wanted to do, but we could
have our
like,
whole
connect
project
it to-
planned on linear.
Exactly.
And like it could
yeah,
just do
you could
issue
connect
by
it.
issue.
Yes.
Dude, what? All right,
Mhm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
There's even like a Slack MCP where you can literally ping, like say, hey, check the bugs channel and then start fixing them for me.
So
I've
the
seen
only
a
thing
video.
we have to
cool.
do is add test into this, but that can be another day.
Yeah,
Nah,
that can be a
that's an
follow-up.
afterthought. No need for tests. We're fully vibes.
Who needs tests, bro? Claude wrote
Nah,
it.
we tested live manually. It's all good.
All right, look at this, guys. And our product is done and ready to ship.
Boom. Not too bad.
Dang,
Let's see if it changed our
cannot
login.
complain.
What's
There's
the
even some
does the
animations.
settings page? Does that actually go
Oh, it
somewhere?
kind of did it. It's
Okay.
a little ugly. Should I tell it to fix it?
Nah,
I think we should
it's
tell it to
usable.
fix it.
It's fine.
I guess fine. If you guys want to be like that. All right, settings. Oh, all right. It has all
that's
the
the
default
account
Phoenix
settings.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
And can you see the animation, like on the hover, and then once? Yeah, there's some cool animation.
Look at that
Some
one.
keyframes. Cool.
That's
Little
impressive.
color.
Yeah, like it's not bad. It's a little rough around the edges, but
it's
like
not bad. And let's see, 13 commits, and we got a pretty sweet project. All right, I'm gonna share this. Oh yeah. All right. So
Or maybe
How
like
can-
after the live stream, you could like create a separate branch and then force push on main just the initial commit, and then
Oh, yeah,
on the
that's a good
separate
idea.
branch with your 13 commits on a separate branch, and then main will only have the first one because you force pushed.
yeah,
You
can
I'll do
also-
that, and then I'll open a PR and have people make comments.
Yes, let's
You can
all
also-
live review the PR.
you can also tell Claude Code to do that. Like if you need to do some complicated Git stuff,
Let's do
Claude
it. We're doing
Code
it.
is actually pretty good at doing that.
All right. Can you
Okay.
take our Git history? We want our initial commit in main and all our other commits in a new branch.
Yes. And then you
Okay.
can also if you have the GitHub CLI, it knows how to use that out of the box, and if
It can create
It
a
can
PR
do-
for you on the
yeah,
CLI.
it can do PRs and everything.
I don't. Well, I might. No, I don't. Can you
That's fine.
Create
take
a separate
our-
branch.
Can you create a separate branch with, let's see, how we want our main. Can you
I would say create a separate branch with all the commits except the initial commit.
accept the initial commit?
Oh, and before we possibly mess up the entire history, I'm gonna clone on my machine just for safety.
All right. Can you create
Just
a
in
separate
case we
branch
lose
with
everything.
all the commits except initial commit and leave the initial commit on main?
Yeah, it should understand that.
All right.
I'm not sure how it's going to do it, but okay, so make a new branch.
Oops. It helps to be on the window.
Push the branch. Okay.
It didn't select any commits, did it?
Yeah, it hasn't done anything yet. Go back to
Oh.
main.
All right. And now maybe it'll like cherry pick. No. Oh wait, it created the branch. Oh, this is right. This will work.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let it do this.
Yeah, that's fine. Because then you can just PR the feature, and even though they both have initial commit, it doesn't matter.
And then force yes. Yep. All right.
Okay, this is the dangerous commit, the dangerous command.
Yeah, but we already have the other branch pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So then we can just I wonder if it'll
we have to remove that first commit, don't we? Let's see.
No, it doesn't matter, because if you have a PR where they both have the same commit, it's like they cancel each other out. I think the changes might show up in the diff, but it doesn't actually matter.
Make me a
PR description.
A PR description. This
is the part where having the GitHub CLI is really helpful, because then it can just do all this for you.
Description. Just the text. This is for our live stream viewers to make comments and review our project. It's crafting. We almost broke it, I feel like, with our UI changes.
I mean, you broke it one time, and then you almost broke it a second time.
That's true.
All right, can you scroll up and copy this?
Yep.
Oh, that's a very long
live stream viewers. I like it. It's so long. We're taking it all. And it's true. We did have a lot of coffee.
Spaced it. Dang, this is looking good. Hey, live stream viewers. I loved it.
We're not changing it. All right, so this is our PR.
Boom.
All right. I don't want to see the code now to spoil the surprise. We're going to see it together later on.
We're just committing. We're just creating the pull request. And then now I'll share this with everyone. And I'll add it to the description and make like a tweet or something too.
Perfect. Now, the entire stream, we did not touch a single line of code. Not even the PR.
Whoops. I just made Andrew giant on our live stream. This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
I'm impressed. I'm gonna pay for Claude after this live stream because I canceled the subscription.
He's no longer using Gemini.
Yeah, I'm no longer a Gemini fanboy. Back to Claude supremacy.
Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for doing this with me, guys. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, I learned a ton, honestly.
Me too. I never used Claude Code.
Yeah.
How do I... Come on, OBS. Shoot. I don't know how to redock my chat windows. Oh, well.
It's a complex setup.
All right, cool. Well, that was fun, guys. I think we'll wrap it up. Like 2 hours and 20 minutes of vibe coding, and we made a successful project. I kind of want to put it up, like deploy it. Maybe we should we do that as a more vibe coding to deploy on like Fly or something and see how it like directs us?
That'd be a good follow-up, yeah.
All right, cool. Awesome. Thank you, old coder. I had to say that name really slow. I don't know why it's such a tongue twister for me. And Dinesh, good to see you guys. Heart sees. Brian, thanks for tuning in. You guys are awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andrew and Daniel. This was awesome. All right, I need to do my little outro. Peace. Bye.